Hey everybody, how you doing? Today I'll be talking about a movie called South Central. This is one of those gangster drama movies back in the days, and I remember hearing about it. I never saw it though, even though I saw the trailers for it, because at the time, it was like when Boys in the Hood came out. There've been so many gangster movies, and there've been a couple of them that are actually good, and there've been a lot of them that have been like, they're trying too hard to be like Boys in the Hood. And South Central, I thought it fell in that category when I saw the trailers. And I finally saw the movie for the first time, and it actually was on Tubi TV now. And a lot of good movies too. Above the Rim is on Tubi TV now, so I advise you check Above the Rim. I might review that movie down the road, but I mean, I did saw that a long time ago with my cousin because he had the VHS back in the days. But anyway, South Central, what makes this different than Boys in the Hood? I feel like it had a well-up story about the father, how he kind of overcome his past, and it's like three different settings, which I like because it felt like a spaghetti western in an urban area, because it has how the father begin in his younger days. He hang out with his gang, with his friend, who both of their dads was in jail, and they form a gang called the Deuces, and they're gonna do is try to make the community better in their own way, I would say, but they have a rival pimp that come to their town, and later in the movie, the second friend ended up going to jail for this gang, but before that he has a kid, and he's living life in prison, still with the Deuces, like representing the gang, and this way we get to the second segment with him in prison, and his son is a little bit older now, like 12 years old, I would say. And now we get both of their sides of what's going on now and how they live their life when the father's still in prison, while the son is like living with his mom, but also he's living the gang life just like his dad now. And then we get to the third chapter when the father comes out of prison, and he's want to relive his life all over again, be a good person, a good citizen. Doesn't want to live the gang life no more. He changed his life around, and his goal of getting out of prison now is to get his son back, pretty much. And he's not seeing while he was in prison. One of his friends that was gang with him back in the days was in prison also, and he started filling him in on details about his kid that hey, he spotted the Deuces, and later on he found his son got shot, and he was in the hospital, but he was still alive. He survived his injuries, and you start seeing the son's side. How he's trying to over like being the gang life. He thought the gang life was all that. But when we get to the third chapter, and then we get the father, we'll go get his son back when he found his son ran away from the orphanage. Oh, I think it was an orphanage. I'm not sure, but it was some kind of like center for kids that family been taken away from. By the way, so I forgot what you call those places, but this whole movie was good acting, man. Like everybody did their job. Everyone did a good acting. It was impactful. It was. I cried a little bit, especially with the father, how one of the prisoners that helped him out, trying to let him know about his history, his past, that hey, I was just like you, but I was focusing more on power and money and women instead of my own son who ended up dying from a gang, and he tried to when he helped the father out, let him know that hey, don't be like me. You have a chance to escape this life, and you have a chance to be with your son. And there was a moment that got me sad when I saw that, especially when he told the guy like, hate is a cycle, and it's true though. Hate is a cycle, and you gotta like let stuff go. And for people like me, for example, that's pretty hard to do. I won't get too personal in this review, but it was like an emotional moment watching that scene. And there was another scene when he finally trying to get his son back from his rival gang, which at the end of the day, the gang didn't really help him. He protected the gang all this time, but at what cost? But all in all, the movie is good. It does have a good ending, and like I said, yeah, good acting, good scenario, good written story. Oliver Stone has something to do with this movie, South Central, by the way. So that would explain why this movie is so good. It's not like your typical gangster movie. It's a gangster movie with some with good characters, development, characters that you will care for, or you'll be concerned about. Yeah, it's definitely highly recommend South Central. So please check it out.